Hello friends, and welcome to a weekly reading vlog. Woo-hoo. Okay, so I'm always very hesitant to start a vlog at the end of the month, and it is the end of the month. It is March 24th. I only have a week left in March for reading, and I'm just winging it. I attempted to do a vlog my first week of work, going back to full-time work, I guess, reading new horror, and it did not vlog well. The vlog was not vlogging, if that, you know what I mean. Hopefully this week will go better. I'm a little bit more used to being on a set schedule. And also I don't work my other job this week it is my birthday weekend too, technically. So I'm not doing anything crazy, but I am going to be with family and some friends on this Saturday, and then it's Easter, which I do not like that Easter is near my birthday. I'm just saying. It happens, so. But the books I want to read this week, I only have two. I'm not setting myself up for failure here, but I did finish the center this morning, listening to this one on Scribd. This is my friend Amy's book club pick for the Dark Hearts book club for March, and it was very weird and great. I really enjoyed it, and it definitely feels more lit fic, and this is a great like beginner horror, I think, if you're into languages and like translations and stuff, if you're into that, into a school setting, like a weird school mystery setting, I think you'll like this one. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I'm giving it 4 stars. I was like, okay, I liked where this one went. It actually, I didn't predict it. I thought it was gonna get a little bit more weird, but it didn't. It was very short too. It was a short listen, and yeah, I liked it. I definitely need to do another audiobook. For the rest of today, it's like noon right now, on a Sunday, and for that I think I'm going to do The Dead in the Dark, by Courtney Gold. I have the loan in right now from Libby, so I definitely want to get to this. I've been meaning to read this for like ever. I've had it checked out forever. I actually need to see when books are due this week, but yeah, I have the loadout right now, so I want to get to this. All I know is that this is about like a weird town called Snakebite, and it's like a podcast element to it. People are going missing. It's a YA book. Seems pretty easy. I'm hoping to finish it today, actually, because I've been on this kick on Sundays since I've been off. I've been trying to finish like 2 or 3 books, which is ridiculous. But that's just where I'm at right now. So yeah, I'm excited to start this. And then The Damnation Game, which I think I'm just going to try to find an audio for it on YouTube. I know it's going to go slower and it is a longer book, but I really need to finish this one too for the Death by TBR book club, which is Kelly from Hooked on Books and Crystal from Fiber Artsy. So this is my plan. And then for crochet wise, you guys know I've been making scrunchies this week, but I do want to finish a scrap sweater I've been working on with scrap yarn. I was like, I'm gonna make a scrap sweater before I start another project, which is going to be another one of these cardigans, but like longer, because where I'm working is freezing, and I've heard it's freezing all year, so unless the AC goes out, and then it's not freezing during summer. I did a sleeve yesterday at my other job. I was working my part-time job where I can like actually do stuff, and okay, it might help if I put it on, but my lovely boyfriend, love of my life, right? He laughed so hard when I showed him this, so let's see if you guys will laugh. Okay, I'll show it to you by itself before I put it on. It kind of funny, right? Already. It's just a sleeve. It's going to be a sleeve. It will connect to my sweater. I don't know. He laughed so hard. He thought it was so funny. I feel like I did kind of, it started getting tight throughout. I needed to do like just more like double crochets or whatever in the stitch. But this is all like single crochet. I switched colors. Yeah, it doesn't look super great. It kind of looks like a Frankenstein arm. But yeah, lots more on that crochet-wise this week. So we'll see how much I get done with that sweater, and I will check in later.
For the 1931 film. And that's where a lot of the more weird parts, like, for some reason, it's Henry Frankenstein instead of Victor Frankenstein.
Why was that? I was like, you did not need to do that change up.
Who knows? Who knows? I think some people...
Okay, so it has been a full day since I checked in, but I did finish some books. Not all of these books, but some of these books. I finished The Dead and the Dark by Courtney Gold. I enjoyed this. I think it was a nice listen. It was a fun, spooky time. But I do feel like the writing was like really repetitive and very flowery, very like over the top, very dramatic, melodramatic. It is a YA book and we are getting the POVs of teenagers, so I don't know if that was a part of it. And then the reveal and stuff, it didn't feel like as big as I wanted, and also it was a bit predictable too. I was like, oh, I bet it's this guy. Oops, I bet maybe minor spoiler, this person. But yeah, what I really liked about this is the ghost hunting aspect to it. So a character in this, her parents are ghost hunters, and they end up moving back to the town Snakebite, and then stuff happens there, but she finds out like all this other stuff with her dad's that happened in the past. So yeah, I like that aspect of it, but it doesn't really go into the ghost hunting stuff until like towards the end, and they're wrapping up everything. But overall, I did enjoy it. I think I'm gonna be at 3 stars. I do know this is a debut, so I do know, I think Courtney Gold wrote The Mary Shelley Club, and I hear great things about that one, so I definitely want to check that one out. Still, that one's been on my TBR forever. I just need to get to it. And then The Damnation Game, I've been listening to this one on YouTube at like 2 times speed. So I'm on part 3, wherever that is page-wise. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm pretty far. So this is about this dude who gets out of prison and he goes to work. He's a gambling addict, and he's in prison, and he goes to work for this millionaire who I believe we're getting flashbacks of him in like World War II, and like how, I guess like something he did in World War II, I think it's gonna be revealed, but Marty is our main character, and he's kind of boring. He's like so boring for a Clive Barker made character. Like I always think of like a Clive Barker character committing like all of the ultimate sins and stuff, and yeah, he's just like down on his luck, and he goes to work for this millionaire, and he's like, whoa, you have a lot of dogs or whatever. They take a really long time talking about all the dogs, and it reminded me of Mr. Burns being like, release the hounds, like every time they talked about the dogs, but he's doing security, so that makes sense. And then yeah, so there's this like crazy dude like trying to get on the property, and like weird stuff is happening. It's very Clive Barker-esque so far, but it is like dense. It is a dense book. It goes into great detail about, I want to say, almost every character in this. So I think we're gonna find out why this dude is trying to get to this millionaire guy. And I'm 150 pages in. And then I did start Natural Beauty by Ling Ling Hung. I am loving this. I started this on break at work today, and I am already like, where am I? 93 pages. Yeah, 97 pages in. As you see, I have lots of notes already. I feel like the satire in this is so good. It's so good. It's satire on the beauty industry. Our main character is second generation Chinese woman who has to support her parents who they got injured very badly in a car accident. So she's supporting them, and she like needs money, and she gets this job at this new healthcare place, and it's like ridiculously over the top. There's a scene in here that I had to note. It says, he peels one from his cheek and holds it out to me. Leopard slugs. We've genetically modified them to deep, clean pores enzymatically. And that just made me think of the Marge scene in The Simpsons, another Simpsons reference, always Simpsons, of like her at the spa with the turtles, and the turtles are like massaging her, and she's like, every God has a plan for every creature or something. Like, it just cracked me up. But there's other stuff in this. Of course, it's a take on classism, racism in the beauty industry, or just being a woman in America. And yeah, I'm loving it. It's gonna be a short little read. I can probably finish it this week on my breaks. And then I knocked out the short story Best of Luck by Josh Mote. I was supposed to read this forever ago when I was reading the Creature Feature collection, and I never did, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's March, I have to read this one because it's like March, it's like St. Patrick's Day. So I listened to this one very quickly today, and it was good. I do think this is the best one in the collection. Do I hesitate to say? I'm trying to remember what I liked. I know Grady Hendrix one, The Ankle Snatcher's getting a adaptation, and I'm like, how are they gonna adapt that? That's gonna be real short. That's gonna be a 90-minute movie. I don't know how they're gonna stretch that out. It could be like 70 minutes if they like want it to be. But yeah, I really liked it. I think I'm giving it 5 stars, or 4.5 stars maybe. Maybe, because it is short. They are short little things, huh? And then I got some very exciting mail. I am so excited. I am so scared. I'm so excited and so scared. The Angel of Indian Lake came out today. It is Tuesday, March 28th. I feel like it's like Judgment Day. I did break my read what you own book buying ban, but this is a pre-order, okay? I just need it. I need it. It is the third. I don't know where the other two are right now, but it is the third in a trilogy. I gotta pick up with Jade. I'm definitely not gonna get to it this month, but yeah, in April. It has that new book smell, and look, it just is killing. The cover is so awesome in this. I'm so excited for it. Also terrified. Excited and terrified. So I had to share that, and now I will share, I don't know why I'm singing this around, I will share my crochet. Hey, you guys are gonna laugh. I know, at this sleeve, it is chunky. It's a chunky sleeve compared to the other sleeve. I'm hoping nobody notices when I'm wearing it. This might be a house sweater. And then I realized I was talking about this sleeve, and I didn't really talk about what this is. This is a scrap yarn project I'm trying to knock out before I start that other project. But I also already made the panels, the back and front panels here, and of course they're they're different sizes, so but I think I can make it work. So this is, I think this might be my front one. This one is the back one. As you can tell, it's slightly bigger, but I think it's just gonna be a pain to sew and just work with it, you know, around. It will just be extra cushiony, and then I'm gonna do a border or a band. But yeah, that's the plan. Hook the sleeves up. Yeah, I feel like it's a mess. It's a mess, but you know what? I'm using up some scrap yarn, and I'm gonna feel better about starting a new project afterwards. But that is it for this check-in. Wish me luck. I'm gonna finish a book. Hopefully at least one more book. Hopefully 2 more books. Hopefully 2 more books and the sweater. And that will be a wrap. It is Tuesday. I'm trying to finish this by Thursday. So, yay. Okay, so I just got home from work, and yeah, I'm gonna wrap this vlog up. I finished at least the 2 books I wanted to read. Of course, I always want to read more in these vlogs, but this is a very realistic vlog. And I know you guys are dying of anticipation to see how this monstrosity of a sweater turned out. I'm not done sewing yet, but here it is. I still need to do the bottom border more, but I thought I'd show you guys what it looks like. This sleeve's definitely longer than, or bigger than this sleeve, and it also like just feels heavier, but I have not tried it on yet, so I will try it on now. Okay, so I just put it on over my dress. I think it looks okay. I'm definitely gonna weave in these ends and stuff, but yeah, as you can tell, I still need to sew this on the other side, but that's the sewing on this side. I just did a whip stitch, if you guys can tell. It's probably hard to see, and then I still need to do my other, my black border around it, but yeah, I do feel like you can't really tell the sleeve. I don't know, and also I used like a totally different texture and stuff in this sleeve just to see what would happen kind of, and it wasn't good what happened. So yeah, but hey, scraps project, I used it. I used it up, and it's almost sweatering the sweater. Just a couple more things, as you can see. Yeah, that's not done. And then with the arms too, I just did a slip stitch for it, so I probably should have just slip stitched the sides too, now that I'm thinking about it, so I don't have to sew. But it does feel like cozy too. So yeah, that's my scrap project. I will try to find the link I looked up just when I started the panels, but the sleeves, I just definitely just looked up a tutorial how to do sleeves. For note wise, take notes on your expanding crochets, because that's what happened with this one. I didn't take a note and I just guessed and then was like, I'm gonna eyeball it. So just a heads up with that, just write stuff down, unlike me. But the books, I finished the books. I finished Damnation Game and Natural Beauty, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed both of these. I did. I really enjoyed them. I think they're very different stories for sure, but they are kind of similar, which is really interesting. There's a lot of body horror in both of these. Definitely Damnation Games has way more body horror in it, but where this one went, I really liked as well. So I'm giving them both 4 stars. I think they're excellent books. If they're on your radar, definitely worth checking out. My only thing with this one is that I feel like it wrapped up a little too quickly, and then with Damnation Game, I feel like there was a lot of plot holes in it. Just for example, like there's a character in this who has like a psychic ability, and it's kind of explained, but also it's not really explained, and I'm like, what? It's just like kind of weird. But also I might have missed it. I might have missed like the explanation of that too. I think the audiobook on YouTube is really good for this. It is like an old school, I think it was probably recorded when it came out. I'm not sure when this came out, but yeah, I really enjoyed this story. It is pretty epic. It's pretty long. There's a lot of 1985. There's a lot of like graphic stuff in this that is so disgusting and vile. Also some AC, animal cruelty in this, just if you guys aren't into that one. It's not a lot. It's not gratuitous or anything. And I do think it is important for the story if, you know, that helps you out a bit. But yeah, it was a wild time with this one. Do I like Cold Heart Canyon more? That is the question. I feel like these books are very similar. If you guys don't know what Cold Hard Canyon is, it's another Clive Barker kind of epically long book that follows a guy going through some weird stuff. And I do think Cold Hard Canyon is better only because I think the atmosphere was there a little bit more in Cold Hard Canyon. And the main character is really good in that one, and I connected to him way more than this main character. But both of those stories tell like a really interesting, unique story and has a lot of body horror in it. What I really liked about Damnation Game as well is that, well, I guess Clive Barker books all really dissect what it is to be a human being down to the core and test that. I'm going to test you being human and to keep your humanity, but also along with all of that you have flaws. Like our main character is a gambling addict, we follow a psychic heroin addict, and also the millionaire character is flawed. And there's also like, I feel like the story's really layered too. There's like other stuff going on in this that I'm not 100% is going on too, so I'm definitely going to pop in the Discord for the Kelly from Hooked on Books and Crystal's book club Death by TBR. This was their pick for March, so I'm definitely going to hop on that Discord and be like, there's other stuff going on here. I know it. It's really deep. But yeah, plot holes, and also like it is a long book. I think it was like almost a 20-hour listen. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Gruesome, gross, and like when you start getting into it, you're like, yeah, this is Clive Barker, like definitely at his peak, but he's just so good still. I feel like if he comes out with anything new, it's going to be good too. And then Natural Beauties. This was like a short, sweet little satire, body horror, gross book on the beauty industry and women, and also like classism, racism, all of that stuff tied into this story. I think the story was doing a lot, and I appreciate it. I do. Where it went, I was like, yes, I am loving this. This is fantastic. It was cracking me up. It was grossing me out. I absolutely loved it, and it even got more weird the further you got. And yeah, I gave it 4 stars. It's hard not to compare this one to Rouge by Mona Awad. I do like Rouge a little better. I really like that writing a little bit more, and like getting caught up in that story is like kind of a fever dream-esque. This one was kind of like this happened, and then you're in the past and the present, but it's not like Rouge for sure. It's not as twisty turny, but yeah, I wish it didn't wrap up so soon. I wish it was a little bit longer. I think it could have used like 40 more pages or so, but I really liked it and I recommend it. So 4 stars, and that is my week of reading. A little less than a week because it is Thursday, but let me know what you were ending March with. If that makes any sense. What book are you ending March with, and what has been your favorite reads of March, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye.